USA Wrestling Executive Director Rich Bender in Times Square. Beat the Streets USA versus the World event. Rich, talk about the atmosphere here and why this is such a special deal for USA Wrestling.
It can't get any bigger than this. I mean, obviously, man's greatest sport on probably man's greatest stage. Times Square, the heartbeat of the world. I mean, what more can you ask for man's greatest sport?
So we go up against a tough team of international all-stars today. What's a good performance by our team today?
Win every match. That's what we come to do, and that's what our goal is here. And you know, obviously, we have a very worthy opponent on the other side of the mat, but I guarantee every one of our guys and girls are coming into this match thinking they're going to win.
So this is all about raising money for kids in wrestling. Talk about what Mike and the Beat the Streets people do for wrestling here in New York and why it's important for us to support it.
Well, I mean, providing kids with the opportunity to experience wrestling is an incredibly worthwhile cause, and Mike Novogratz has been the inspiration around doing that in New York City and around the world. It's an incredibly worthwhile project because I can't think of a better thing to get kids off the street in America than to wrestle.
So we have a big NBC Sports Network airing tonight. This is part of our television expansion this year. Talk about how important it is for us to be on national television the same day of the event.
Well, it's incredibly important. Obviously, NBC Sports gave us a great time slot right after the NHL playoff game tonight, so we're hoping to carry many of those 1.6 million people that are going to be watching that hockey game and show them what wrestling's all about.
So, new coach on the freestyle program, announced Bruce Burnett is our coach. He's come back to USA Wrestling, spent many years as a national coach during some of our better years. Talk about Bruce's challenge and why he's going to fit so well in our freestyle team.
Well, I tell you, Bruce Burnett is, on paper, one of the greatest national coaches in the history of our organization, and we're incredibly fortunate to have him lead our program through the rest of this quadrennium, and I know for sure he's going to connect with our team. He has already, to provide them with the best opportunity they can to reach that top rung of the podium in Rio.
So you talk at all to the Beat the Streets guys? Anything big for next year? I mean, obviously once you do one of these, you want to do something better.
Well, certainly there's a lot of landmarks around the city. Don't want to let anything out of the bag. But,
right.
Times Square is hard to beat. I mean, wrestling on the Intrepid and Grand Central Station last year obviously were incredible stages for our sport. But I think the best is yet to come, and I think in the Olympic year, it's going to be something that people won't believe.
So we got some big events coming up. World Team Trials for freestyle women in Madison. You got the Greco Trials in Florida. World Championships, Fargo. It just seems like USA Wrestling keeps doing more and more.
Well, certainly I think our program and our team's well positioned for some great success this year, and obviously an important event coming up in Madison, the World Team Trials for many of our freestyle athletes, and then in Daytona for our Greco-Roman athletes. I mean, really exciting times, busy times. USA Wrestling couldn't do it with the thousands of volunteers that support our sport and organization. But yeah, there's a lot of pretty cool things coming up this summer.
Well, thanks a lot, Rich, and it should be fun.
We are now 15 minutes away.